The chin-chin that changed everything. Have you ever done something small, something you thought was ordinary, only to discover that it meant so much to someone else? Let me tell you a little story. My name is Anu, and just like many people, I started with a simple love for cooking. I didn't have a big kitchen, I didn't have expensive equipment, and I wasn't a famous chef. I simply loved making delicious things with my hands. One afternoon, I decided to make some chin-chin flakes. I brought out my flour, added my ingredients, and started mixing everything together. As I kneaded the dough, I was thinking about how something as simple as chin-chin could bring people together. I rolled out the dough, cut it into little pieces, and carefully dropped them into the hot oil. Soon the kitchen was filled with the sweet, delicious smell of freshly fried chin-chin. I smiled to myself. But just as I finished, I heard a knock on my door. It was my elderly neighbor, Mama Grace. The moment I saw her face, I knew something wasn't right. "Mama, are you okay?" I asked. She smiled and said, "I'm fine, my child." But sometimes you don't need someone to tell you they're hurting. You can see it in their eyes. So I brought out a small bowl of my freshly made chin-chin and gave it to her. "Please, Mama, have some." She picked up one piece, she tasted it, then she picked up another, and suddenly, tears started rolling down her cheeks. I became worried. "Mama, what happened? Did I do something wrong?" She quickly shook her head. "No, my child, you did nothing wrong." She looked at the chin-chin in her hands and smiled through her tears. "This taste reminds me of my daughter." I sat beside her and listened. Mama Grace told me that her daughter had moved far away many years ago. Whenever her daughter came home to visit, she would make chin-chin for her. It had become their little tradition. She said, "Whenever I smelled chin-chin frying, I knew my daughter was home." My heart broke a little when I heard that. I realized that what I thought was just a bowl of chin-chin was actually carrying a beautiful memory for someone. That day taught me something I'll never forget. Sometimes we don't realize how much our little actions can mean to other people. A meal can be more than food. A gift can be more than an object. A simple "how are you" can mean more than we imagine. And sometimes, even a few pieces of chin-chin can bring back a memory that someone thought they had lost. After that day, I started sharing some of my chin-chin with Mama Grace whenever I made it, and every time she tasted it, she smiled. That smile became my reward. But something else happened too. I started making more chin-chin. People around me began to taste it. They loved it. Some started asking me to make it for them. And little by little, something that started as my love for cooking began turning into something bigger, a dream, a business, a purpose. But I never forgot that it all started with something so simple: a little flour, a little oil, a little time, and a lot of love. So if you're watching this right now and you're working on something small, please don't be discouraged. Maybe nobody is noticing your effort yet. Maybe you feel like your dream is too small. Maybe you're wondering if it's really worth continuing. Please, don't give up, because you never know who your work might inspire. You never know whose day you might brighten, and you never know how far that little thing you're doing today might take you tomorrow. Sometimes the biggest dreams begin in the smallest kitchens, and sometimes the most beautiful stories begin with something as simple as making food with love. This is why I created Anu's Food Corner, a place where food isn't just about recipes, it's about memories, it's about love, it's about sharing, and sometimes it's about telling a little story while something delicious is cooking. Thank you so much for spending these few minutes with me. If this story touched your heart, and you enjoyed watching me make these delicious chin-chin flakes, please like and subscribe for more cooking and stories like this. And remember, cook with love, share with kindness, believe in your dreams. I'll see you in the next one. This is Anu from Anu's Food Corner.